Hello, everyone. Welcome to the temporary Project Veritas Wall of Shame, where journalists' reputations go to die. Today, we have a twofer. Two retractions for the price of one. 353 and 354. These retractos go to the UK Independent and the Kansas City Star for making false statements about our reporting on the bombshell DARPA document within the Department of Defense that seemed to contradict Fauci's testimony. This made media heads explode, and the Independent writing, Fauci hearing live, Project Veritas floats new conspiracy. So it went from Project Veritas floats new conspiracy to Veritas report seized by Wright. Arizona lawmaker Paul Gosar is among the right-wing figures to have pounced like a panther, like a kitten, like a cat, like a feline, like a panther, like a tiger, pounce. Mr. Oliver O'Connell of The Independent, are you lazy or just completely incompetent? Cue the Retracto theme song. So in this UK Independent article, the headline reads before, quote, Fauci hearing live, doctor to defend Biden Omicron response as Project Veritas floats new conspiracy. In the article, it says, far-right conspiracy theory group Project Veritas claiming that Fauci was involved in the creation of the COVID-19 virus. Those are some pretty wild claims I made. Although I didn't actually make those claims, we'll get to that in a moment. While the claims are unverifiable, the group claims to have accessed from a, quote, top secret share drive, unquote. Well, the UK Independent changed that headline. Now it reads, as Project Veritas report seized by Wright. So it went from Project Veritas floats new conspiracy to Veritas report seized by Wright. Also, all this stuff about far-right conspiracy group, and we claim that he was involved in the creation of COVID-19 virus, and the claims are unverifiable. They just deleted all of that. They just took it right down. Another thing they took down was this part, Project Veritas' latest conspiracy theory. Arizona lawmaker Paul Gosar is among the right-wing figures to have pounced on the latest claims by Project Veritas regarding Dr. Fauci's role in research related to coronavirus prior to the pandemic. Mr. Gosar describes the allegation as jaw-dropping. They're claiming that we made these claims initially. Now they've had to retract them. We didn't make any claims. This is a government document from DARPA, a division of the Department of Defense. I didn't claim this. This was a Marine Corps major who was a DARPA fellow writing a letter on behalf of DARPA. How bad at your job do you have to be to report in a news article that I made a claim that I didn't make? Now, if you're questioning the integrity or the credibility of a Marine Corps major who's a fellow at DARPA, a division of the Defense Department, then say that. Don't say this bullshit. Veritas claimed that Fauci was involved. It's called investigative journalism. You don't make a statement without backing it up with evidence. Sometimes you have to interview more than one source to corroborate a statement that you make. That's what we do. We find evidence to back up our reporting. We went to speak with Major Murphy. Maybe you should do something like that. That sounds like a good idea. You might stumble upon something interesting, like documents inside the Department of Defense. Or you might stumble upon something that shatters your narrative, and we wouldn't want to do that now, would we? I don't know when this happened. Pick up a copy of American Muckraker to learn more about how journalism became so corrupted. You guys used to run towards the podium with your microphone asking questions. Now you represent the podium. You act as a mouthpiece for these people. You trust everything the government apparently tells you. And anybody who disproves the official narrative, people are just pouncing and seizing. Pounce. Pounce. Republicans pounce. The right seized. Well, why is the right seizing this? What is it about this that would make anybody seize it? Fauci seemed to authenticate the documents in the hearing.
What came out last night on Project Veritas was a grant that was submitted to DARPA.
That's right. Fauci addressed us by name. The document is real, Mr. Oliver O'Connell. The documents are real. But you had the audacity to call me and my organization a conspiracy theorist. You've had to print more retractions and corrections in this one article than the entire amount of corrections I've made in 10 years. I've made like 1 or 2. You've made 3 or 4 in one article. And you have the balls to call me a conspiracy theorist? What does that make you? Now, this Retracto 353 UK Independent leads me to Retracto 354, which is the Kansas City Star. Just so you know how important this is, there's no byline on this article. That's because this is the entire editorial board of the Kansas City Star. So the Kansas City Star covered the hearing with the headline that reads, quote, Fauci called the Kansas senator a moron, but Marshall's COVID games are worse than dumb. In this article, it hyperlinks back to UK Independent, and it says, quote, what began as a false allegation that he nefariously misdirected National Institute of Health money to a lab in China has now morphed into hazy charges that Fauci's investments have enriched him personally, comma, as alleged in a new video from the professional liars at Project Veritas. Well, you see, here's the problem. The Kansas City Star hyperlinked to the UK Independent article by Oliver O'Connell, and now we've just got the Kansas City Star to delete that entire sentence. Gone forever, forever. See, you are what you hate, Mr. Oliver O'Connell. You project onto me everything you are. You accuse your adversary. I don't know why you think I'm your adversary. You're a journalist. I'm a journalist. We're all supposed to be, doing our fourth estate jobs. You accuse your adversary of that which you are guilty of. The psychologists have a term for that. It's called projection. You can read about it in Psychology Today. Carl Jung, a famous psychologist, called it the shadow. My lawyers tell me not to call it a sign of mental illness. And all of this could have been avoided if you just stuck to the facts, maybe looked into the government documents that we observed. Maybe you could have attended the hearing. We attended the hearing. We were outside with a microphone outside the hearing, trying to talk to Fauci, tracking sources down, trying to track down the Marine major who wrote this report. We reached out to people for comment. We have sources, but we don't get too close to them. We use hidden cameras because we don't want to get too close to our sources. We take our jobs very seriously. And maybe you should take your job seriously instead of projecting onto me what you are. 2 retractions for the price of 1.